Hey, what's going on? I'm Matt O'Leary back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about Larry Warford and why the New York Jets should be all over him. But before we get started, I just wanted to mention that you can follow me on social media at Matt O'Leary and why. Also, wherever you listen to your podcast, please make sure to subscribe to Just Jets. Call in, leave me a question. I'll try to answer it on the show. New episodes every Monday. So Larry Warford is a 28-year-old guard for the New Orleans Saints who was just cut. He's in the middle of his prime, and he was due about $8.5 million in 2020. He's a Pro Bowler each of the last 3 years. Like I said, he's in his prime at just 28 years old, and his Pro Football Focus grades over the last 3 years are 73.1, 66.5, and 69.7. This guy is someone who is lock solid as a guard in the interior of an offensive line and someone who is extremely talented in pass protection. His previous contract that he signed with the Saints had an AAV of $8.5 million, and I would look to offer him something just like that. He was cut for cap reasons, but the New York Jets have the ability to sign him and be able to plug him right in and play from day one. He could make anywhere between $8 to $10 million a year AAV, and it would be just fine for the New York Jets, and they could free up that money rather easily. If you cut Brian Winters, it saves you $7.2 million against the cap. That's essentially an even flip. Maybe you're going to pay $1 million, $2 million more than what you would have to pay Brian Winters this year, but I think it's definitely worth it because he's a much better guard than what Winters is. You're looking at a top 10 guard in the league, and that just adds depth to your offensive line. It would make this offensive line so much better. I mean, think about it. You would have Becton on the left side, Warford, McGovern on the right guard position. You could either have Lewis or Van Roten. It could be a one or the other situation, have, them battle it out. And then on the right side, Fant. That is so much more of a consistent line. You are putting in a rookie who could be dominant on the left side, McGovern, who is lock solid as a center, a Pro Bowl caliber left guard. This line would completely change from what it was last year. That's exactly what Joe Douglas had to do. He had to change that offensive line like crazy, and he's been doing it. And an addition like Warford would put this line over the top, and that's what I think I would be willing to do. I don't necessarily care about paying Jadeveon Clowney. I could do without Logan Ryan, but Warford, make life as easy as possible for your 22-year-old quarterback. Build that wall, build that solid offensive line, and let Sam Darnold go to work. What do you say about that? Let me know in the comments down below or on social media at Matt O'Leary and why. Thank you so much for tuning in today. The Jets should sign Larry Warford. If you agree with me, let me know. And if not, well, you're just dead wrong. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm Matt O'Leary, and I'll talk to you next time.